Maybe we can start by Let's do this. Oh, you've got the. I didn't even notice that you had the stream up. There we go. That makes this much easier. So let's go ahead and start since we've got 5 minutes before the ads. Let's go ahead and hop into where are we? If you'd like to play along at home, we're going to be looking at the test log and covering some of that. It is insane how many channels I have been mentioned in. Okay. Okay, so we're in this this period right now where focusing on bug fixes, focusing on optimizations, and we're running everything through test first, obviously, and then once everything is tested, we bring it over to live. So from the 3rd, right, there's a lot of things that we have talked about once before, but that are still on test. And I just really quickly wanted to go through everything that has been touched in the last week, which is a lot, and it's kind of insane. So I'm gonna bounce through this first half real quick, and then we can talk about some of the newer ones, right? So fix a bug with Guardian Zephys, so he'll no longer be picking fights with other NPCs. He was being naughty. Fix several doors in the Plane of Justice, Plane of Mischief. We corrected an issue where Carafin's dome was not properly being removed when the encounter was triggered, and it also spins as it should now. Fixed several doors in Kazora that were misaligned. Corrected an issue where the Ice-Clad Ocean waypoint was not auto-unlocked when you unlocked Velius. Corrected an issue where the Dreadlands waypoint was not auto-unlocked when Kunark was unlocked. Trade skill interactables in the bazaar have had their coordinates fixed. We didn't talk about this one. We said we were going to, but you may not know that it's finally happening. So you should be able to craft without needing to click in the ceiling or under the ground or in a wall. And if you like doing that, I apologize that I'm ruining your fun, but alas, things are being fixed.
Ruined.
Fixed an error. Go ahead.
I just said ruined.
Ruined. I know. I am going to get a strongly worded message after this, like I'm ruining their fun, and then I'll have to apologize, and that's okay. We fixed an error causing Cascade of Decay to proc out of combat and break Feign Death. I know lots of people were upset about that, so that is fixed. Fixed an issue where Cascade of Decay will not proc outside of combat. That's the exact same thing. Fixed various doodads throughout the world, which should have been animated but are not. Visit the South Quanos Lighthouse or the windmill in Lake of Ill Omen for an example. So this is the type of fix that just really makes me giggle, because out of all the things that someone could care about, I love the fact that so many people care about these things. And I love the fact that we have some time to sit down and get those things working the way that we want them to. How many minutes until ads? Am I like pushing it?
1 minute and 30 seconds.
Okay, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay. The following bard songs have had their snare and or slow components separated into different effects. Silo's consonant chains, Largo's assonant binding, Silo's assonant change, Largo's melodic binding, Silo's chords of cessation. Oh, goodness. Engslitch's assonance? And Melody of Mischief. The necro spell Insidious Retrogression has had its snare component modified into a separate spell effect. AA's Never-Ending Swarm and Shamanic Curse can now be modified by focus effects. That's a big one. So we changed the Necro one, but we didn't do the Druid or the Shaman one, and that was some huge feedback that we got that was a mistake. That can't be a thing. So did those things, fixed that, feels good, and there's even more. There's even more. We are going to run into time for ads.
Do you see in the bottom right-hand corner right here?
No. Oh, yes. Oh, 20 seconds. Oh my God, more. Okay. Fixed an issue where doors in Plane of Tactics would move you to open world instead of within your instance. That's always a bad time. Remove several objects erroneously floating off the shore in Plane of Tranquility. I considered that a feature. Assassin's Terror is no longer reflectable. And there are our ads.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who sub and who are still listening to us, hey friends, how you doing? You having a good night? I'm happy you're here. Happy you're here. Oh goodness. How are you guys? Broken Variety? Having a good night?
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. How are you?
Oh, I love that.
Did you go to the gym tonight?
Yep. Went straight from
Variety
work to
getting
the gym.
swole?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been hitting it hard for like the last month. I'm getting there.
Legs or arms today?
Arms and chest. I'm getting less dainty every single day.
Don't skip leg day. I feel like you're the type of person that would skip leg day.
Wow.
I was gonna say it too. He just beat me to it.
Leave my twink legs alone. I'll have you know. Thank you.
I think you said toothpick wrong.
Wow.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
No, how are you doing? How's the
Keston,
drive?
I am the poster child of skipped leg day. Keston, I want to see pics. You don't have to include your face, but I want to see the pics of the skipped leg day.
Dainty for sure.
Adjective Beaver says, "Hi, Aporia. I'm happy you're here, and hello, everyone."
Hello there, Mr. Beaver.
We do have a bunch of people over on YouTube as well, so they're going.
Well, take a second and shout out to those lovely people. I see now. I don't even know about YouTube streaming. So does YouTube streaming do the same type of ad stuff that Twitch does?
Nope. Actually, there's no ads during live stream for YouTube. It's one of the benefits of being over there. In fact, they also have way better quality of the stream, like sound, visual, everything. The only things that really impact you is you can't go quite as crazy in your language and weird stuff over there. They'll demonetize you for that. And there's like some other like nuancy stuff for live streaming over there. You can't just like get the ability, like you can't just create an account and then live stream over there. There's some things you have to achieve and obtain over there first.
Interesting. Well, I love that. I love that for all of you that are currently on YouTube that are listening to this that aren't subject to ads right now. Congratulations on not being fed ads. That is super cool. And you had asked about the drive. It was a great drive. I'm almost home. Got another like 3.5 hours to go tomorrow, and I'll be home sweet home, and very much looking forward to that.
Hell yeah. Has it been mostly sunny, or you run into like rain and stuff?
On the drive, it's mostly sunny, but we had a crazy thunderstorm last night. And then we also had some rain tonight, but it wasn't too bad. So thankfully, it's been a peaceful drive so far.
That's good. I mean, is there any other type of rainstorm down there though? I feel like in the South, when you get rain, it's like, it's sunny, it's sunny, it's sunny. God is raining hell upon your head as hard and as fast as possible.
Wow. Hard and fast, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, at least I haven't thanked people for coming yet.
That about sums it up. That sums it up pretty well. So it looks like we're back from ads. So I'm just going to finish hopping through this because we're almost there. Last thing we talked about was Never-Ending Swarm and Shamanic Curse being able to be modified by focus effects, like they should have been. Fixed an issue. Oh, talked about that. Okay. Gelid Strike and Time Siphon are no longer reflectable. That was awful. And turning in Ethereal Parchment, Spectral Parchment, and Glyphed Rune Word items at the NPC in Plane of Knowledge can now be done in stacks, as you can do with other NPCs. And they will give back appropriate spells in stacks instead of one at a time. And we did the same thing with the NPCs in the Over There and Verona Vi. So lots of things that we've been meaning to get fixed that are finally getting fixed. And that is just from the last week. And I love that. So, that being said, shall we hop into questions?
Yeah. Are you ready to jump right into spicy?
Ooh, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do that. Wait,
Speaking of
before you
spicy.
do, the spiciest has arrived. Kata,
Oh,
how's that third world internet?
It's doing pretty good.
oh my God. Wait, can you talk again, Kata?
This is me talking.
I'm sorry, but you may sound the best you ever have on a microphone with me ever.
Honestly, yeah.
The acoustics in this room are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Does he really? Because to me, he actually sounds really low, and I've got him at 200%.
He is really low. Like I have him at 200% as well. I'm not sure. I can't like without blowing out everybody's ears from you guys. I can't raise him up any higher, but I will say he sounds really like low and really smooth. Sounds great.
But it's really good. It's really good.
Is it? Is this volume better?
Yeah, it is.
You sound lovely, Kata. I'm happy you could join us. I didn't think you'd be able to, but I'm happy you're here.
The kids woke me up, but I noticed what time it was. So
There's that.
Hell yeah. Did you want to go over anything else before you we
I'll
jumped
tell
off?
you what. Let's do. We can do Q&A, and then if there's time after Q&A, we might be trying something new tonight. But I'd like to get through the Q&A first.
Heard. Pole dancing it is.
Awesome.
Comma 77 TW says, is there a reason why the vendor in Bazaar, Jolum, is no longer paying full value for items sold to him? So we did hear from Mihas earlier that he believes this is fixed on test. Basically, he tells you that he's going to pay you so much money for an item. If you sell him the item, he actually tells you that he's giving you a certain amount. But if you look at the money that he gives you, it doesn't match what he tells you he's giving you. But Mihas did say that he feels like that was fixed.
Oh, Jolum, bad NPC, bad,
Dirty liar.
If Mihas says it's fixed on test, then it is fixed on test. So high five to that. I'm sure that'll be appearing on the test log shortly.
Hell yeah. Lumpy 18964 says, ever consider making Black Flame Sphere all for the class combos without curse cures, asking for a friend?
You know, something like this has come up before, and this is why I feel the way that I do. So being able to cure a curse is part of very specific toolkits and is a reason why people would pick those classes. Even though it's not used all the time, it's used often enough to be valuable. And I feel like as soon as there's a single item that is all that everyone can use, it will immediately be discounted for the majority of people. And I don't want to see that. So I think the most that we've done, and we mentioned previously maybe adding stacks to it, but the vials that drop from the Ring of Fire that cure curses, that's probably the way that we want it to be. It's consumable. It won't completely replace things forever. But I hear you.
You're going to remove lore from them at the last Q&A. You said that was the target.
Oh,
yeah, lore
yes.
seems weird on that item.
Lore does seem weird on that item. So let's make that a thing.
Hell yeah. All right, here comes the spice. Hello, so-called devs. I have noted several rocks upon which moss is growing on the south and even east sides. Obviously, this needs fixed immediately. Also, I truly hope you're both doing well and that the stress isn't too much right now. Cheers. Old friend Zanarnar. Nanarnarnar.
Narnanar.
Oh, Zanarnar, Narnanar, Nar. I appreciate that
Arnar.
very, very much. And moss does indeed grow on the south and even east sides. I will get on this post haste, and I apologize deeply, deeply. But seriously, we're doing okay. We're hanging in there, right? Like we're surrounded by incredibly supportive people, and we're plugging along. We're doing everything we can, and we're going to keep doing everything we can, and we genuinely appreciate all the support. So high five.
Hell yeah. Windy White Wind says, hope things are going well and had a great holiday weekend. Are you guys American football fans? If so, who is your favorite team?
Oh, well, so okay. How do I describe fan? So okay, if I'm around a group of people and there's a game on and everyone is enjoying the game, I too will root for a team that is currently playing. I do not necessarily seek it out, but I've never been like, oh, sports are on TV. I think football's great. I was raised as a Raiders fan, and so that probably explains my distaste for it. But yeah, you know,
That's no excuse. I'm a
Yay,
Cowboys fan.
Sports ball.
Yeah, go sports.
I love sports ball.
Me too, buddy.
everyone in chat. Oh, Raiders. Oh, that explains a lot. Oh, so sorry about the Raiders thing. Oof, a Raiders fan. Child abuse raising me as a Raiders fan. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I just want to
That's
answer
probably
this
the most
one really
controversial
quick
question of the
because it's a really easy answer. Kelfka at 78 says, can you make an echo of the past for ruins of Old Payneal and the Hole? There is one. It's at the entrance of the zone.
Yeah.
The front door, not the back door. Giggity.
That is a wonderful question. I love questions that there are already positive answers for.
All right. SJ Havoc says, evening, fellas. Hope all is well, considering. Thanks again for creating a server where I can relive my EQ glory days within the constraints of adulting. Aporia, hope you've had time to check out the new sleep token. Kata, I hope you now know what a sleep token is. Have you guys considered an AA dump that could do something like give a small increase up to a predetermined max, 2 drops, upgrading to legendary or something along those lines? Like luck or something, I guess.
Oh, you know, out of all ideas that I've heard for AA dumps for temporary buffs like that would probably be pretty cool. I'm not entirely opposed to that.
So like glyphs?
Glyphs, yeah.
Well, no. Explicitly, like things that add to maybe drops, right? Or upgrade chance or things like that. Like, I think that's
Ooh.
really cool.
Bro, Power Hour. Do you remember freaking Lessons? What if you had like a grinded XP thing where you could then like bank a bunch of AAs to spend on a quote unquote power hour where you could do level items faster or AAs fast or something, whatever. You could level things faster.
Leveling items faster is cool. Increasing drop chance is cool, or a chance to re-roll if it's not upgraded, stuff like that. I really like that.
The loot reroller idea could be linked into that.
Yeah, so this and there's nothing there's nothing precluding us from talking about it. We simply can't launch it. But as a part of our play modes, there were bonuses that were coming out with those play modes. And one of the bonuses was increased upgrade chance that we could absolutely hook for something like that too. So that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Token SJ Havoc.
Token Citizen over on YouTube says, "Hello, you magnificent kings and queens." Yes.
Yes. Welcome to the court.
Grockle says, "Greetings. Could you please consider removing the level requirements for Plane of Hate, etc., so we can enter earlier for the challenge?"
You know, I really don't even think that there's. Well, I can't make a blanket statement like that because the level is probably used somewhere for some check that we need. But I feel like having artificial level locks is kind of antithetical to the experience that we're trying to bring. So I'm willing to talk about that. Kat, any immediate thoughts?
If I recall correctly, it's only a it's added to your default listed 46, but I think if you have it from another character, you can get there earlier. I'm not 100% sure.
I can tell you right now.
I think it kicks you, or
Yeah.
it'll like stop you from entering.
I think it says you're not powerful enough to enter that place. Give me 1 sec, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So you get the waypoint, but it won't let you zone in.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it does. It says you're not powerful enough to travel there.
That's easy enough to fix.
Yeah. Indeed.
Okay. Ranks Hee from the stream team. "I've been playing a wizard lately, and I wanted to know if this interaction was intended. If you get a gift of mana proc on spellcast, it will not trigger the free spellcast at all while using either Frenzied Devastation or Prolonged Devastation. Those AA abilities double the mana cost of your nukes for X amount of casts. So I wasn't sure if this was a design choice or if this is not intended. Thank you in advance."
I don't think it was deliberately designed that way, but I probably would if I thought about it.
Yeah, I could see that if you had Gift of Mana, it would allow you to cast without consuming mana. So I think this is the issue, that both of those things, right, have charges that are consumed on cast, and because one is doubling the amount of mana used and the other is removing it, there's probably an issue there. So in that case, right, I could see, I don't even know if we could do that. But so, okay, if there's not a bug report on that, make a bug report and we'll see what we can do about that.
Hell yeah. Waldstein says, "Have not seen you guys around the Discord or wandering around the server much. Happy to see Aporia still greeting every user that joins the server. Hope you're doing all sorts of magical things, Kata. We miss you guys."
Yeah, so we're here. We're there. Like I still read just about everything. We just have to temper ourselves on what it is that we engage with and where. But I still pop in, like if you do a search like from me, like I'll still like give a quick answer to new players or in general, things like that. But there's a lot of things that we don't want to openly address, but there's so much work being done right now on the back end. Like I said before, like we're doing everything we can to make sure that everyone gets to enjoy this for long into the future. And unfortunately right now that demands a lot of time and a lot of focus and a lot of soul.
Energy,
so,
yeah.
We're here and we love you. And Kata always does magical things. I don't think he can do anything non-magically. He's not a muggle.
Indeed. This next one's really great, actually. I think this might be the best question of the night. Obese44 says, "What's VV gonna get nerfed today on the Q&A? Also, what's the ninja story? Nerf ninja."
What?
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 Well, I mean, VV has successfully gotten many, many things nerfed.
Shit.
I don't think there's anything on the chopping block as of today. Not sure what the ninja story is. Would love to know.
Oh, the ninja story. Void, would you like to tell your version of the ninja story?
When you put it like that, you make it sound so nefarious.
Oh. So you do know which story that is being referred to. Oh, okay.
We killed Faradar. Faradar dropped the robe. Malik looted the robe. I said, hey, I could really use that. Malik gave me the robe, and it appeared in my power slot before anybody could say anything.
Oh. Yes, the trade to power slot bug. I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
see? Dev confirmed. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, how those legendary Augs. Next question. Nakrom Sham SK Madge. There is an item in the DB called Prismatic Scale of the Elements Enchanted, but I'm unable to make the combine using all enchanted versions of the prismatic scales. Was this an oversight or decided not to add later in the game?
It's a dev artifact. There's a longer answer, but the short version is that it isn't obtainable in game.
Oh, I wonder. We should have an offline conversation about that one.
Oh, color me intrigued.
I will warn anyone who's listening and is excited about this. If it does appear in the game, it would be different than what you see currently on any of the DB websites.
That's fair. Yeah. So okay. I'll just give my thinking, right? So number one, no, that's not intended to be achievable. However, the fact that it's there and you collected all the enchanted things thinking that it might be makes me reconsider whether or not there should be. And if there should be, what that looks like. But we'll offline that. Thanks for bringing that up though. Sorry that you had to be the one to figure out that it doesn't exist.
The slightly longer answer is that for a legendary item to exist, for bookkeeping purposes, we make regular and enchanted even if they aren't actually obtainable.
Okay.
Poor Nakrom.
Callie Sura says, what's your favorite ice cream sundae? Start with Aporia.
My favorite ice cream sundae. So a little lactose intolerant, but when I do decide to punish myself, I usually go for something like a little over the top. Like I'm the type of person that if I'm gonna do it, I do it, right? Like I do it. Convection lactate is not a cure-all. It does not make everything okay. Believe me, I've tried and pleaded, and it doesn't. But so for instance, tonight, I had dinner at a lovely little place, and on the dessert menu were some fun after dinner drinks, and one of them was a milkshake version of a grasshopper, and I absolutely had that, and it was delightful. Absolutely delightful.
Kata?
I'm not actually sure what the definition of a sundae is here. I really enjoy like just regular vanilla ice cream.
No toppings?
I've never really been a fan of toppings on ice cream. I don't like ice cream when it's like melted at all. So yeah, I don't like it goopy.
You're
I am
such
both
a
appalled and
bird.
upset.
I love you so much.
Void?
No, same thing as Kata. I really like basically just vanilla ice cream. I'm not a huge fan of toppings, unless it's just basic fudge. That's pretty much it.
I'm not surprised to hear you really like fudge.
Really? Really? Really?
I don't know.
Cells interlinked. Return vanilla.
Well, really?
I deleted 34 Easter eggs today. I'm a little spicy. I'm sorry.
Why did you
Damn.
delete them?
Oh, Kata, I freaking hit the sell all button on the stupid thing after putting them in the goddamn selling bag like an idiot.
Listen, I'm just going to throw this out there. I have taken time out of my life to reimburse things to people that were much less valuable. So maybe take a time to make a bug report.
Oh, Mihas took care of me, but it didn't stop that moment of my heart falling out through my ass when it happened, because it was like clicking the one button and all of a sudden all 100 slots just vanished. It was like, oh God.
That's
Is there a big
amazing.
red warning message?
Oh, so bad.
I love that.
Could we add in the artisan titles for trade skills? Farless Shear.
So I'll say this. We need to fix trade skills before we start putting titles in. And that is absolutely on the radar as something that needs to be fixed. So
Maybe that's what I'll do with some of my downtime.
I think that would be lovely. And I think Ack actually has like a whole bunch of wonderful goodies for us in that regard.
We'll offline that.
Okay.
I kind of want to do something new, but we'll offline that.
Oh, offline. Okay.
Ooh. Lizard DDO, just curious, can Dark Elves flying kick animation now? If not, is that on the radar?
I can answer definitively that I don't see any new animations being added as being on the radar.
Yeah. Now, okay. In the future, where we're beyond this and all things are good and we can get back to doing what we do, I mean, that would be cool. Dark elves should be able to kick. They're dark elves.
Kat, I think you're
Overround kick?
getting further away from the mic, or I don't know if you're getting, people are saying you're getting quieter.
Who, me?
Is
Kata.
this better?
Yes.
Oh, Ada literally was getting further away from the microphone.
To be fair though, I think what they're referring to is I think Kata's favorite animations or graphics, the classic ones, Giggity, do have a flying kick animation. I'm not sure if that's in the game or not. I haven't personally tried it.
So if the flying kick animation is attached to the model and it is indexed correctly, then it will be used.
Perfect. Wrecked Expert, with the recent increase in character slots, is there any plans to consider time-saving mechanisms that make playing 24 plus characters actually possible? One idea I had would be if you roll a new character with a class you've leveled before on the same account, AAs could carry over. Just a thought. Thanks for all the hard work.
Actually possible, he says.
So yeah, possible is not really a question there. It's just that's not something that we would like to do. We've considered it before. And there may be things in the future, right? When we talked about we've talked before about solo self-found, we talked about prestiging, or being reborn, however you phrase that. That is something that we could potentially work in you keep some of your AA or something when you're reborn or something like that. But in terms of just creating a new character and they have AA, that's not fun to me.
There is veteran AA, as many people are pointing out. But yeah.
Yes.
Twisted Trickster. So with trade skills, are you going to fix forges like the one in Neriak Third Gate to be a Tear Doll forge and not just a regular forge?
Well, I mean, in this hypothetical universe, when we fix trade skills, I'm sure that we'll hit all the
Cultural,
forges, all the things.
Conscript X says, can you make the flashing red border on the character status UI box work for auto fire like it does for auto attack? This would make it easier to keep tracking of if it is on when switching targets. Oh, who wants to tell him?
Conscript
does?
X, you need to be introduced to /attack mode on, or attack mode ranged, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
yeah.
have your life change.
It's amazing.
Your
Fantastic.
entire life changed.
You know, that should probably be a thing that we
I should just override auto fire so it just uses
and make
attack
it.
mode instead.
Yeah, probably. That makes me so sad that it exists and they didn't know. I'm sorry, conscripts, but hey, you asked the question and now you know. /attack mode space ranged. And then
Or toggle.
yeah, or toggle. That's true. And then you just turn it on. And it will fire your bow as if you're auto attacking.
Yep. And you'll get the notification that you're auto attacking. Papa Poe, sounds like you've got a problem like mine. Can you remove the option to sell stuff off the parcel NPC? Some mistakes were mad, frowny face.
We can actually. Let's offline that.
Okay. You know what? I haven't said I haven't said write that down this entire time. I've taken it for granted that we always have people that are taking notes for us, but hopefully someone has been taking notes. Otherwise, we're gonna have to listen to this whole thing again.
Variety
so I
Void,
can write things down.
you've been writing this all down, right?
Killing Quorum.
With one
Currently
hand.
killing Gorm.
Yep, can't help. Sorry.
What? Oh.
Too busy farming pixels. Love that.
All right. Hey guys, more pearl necklaces to Variety Void's inbox, please.
Do it.
Castle Guard's here. High five, Castle Guard. Yay. And Convection, too. Yay.
Hell yeah. Streamin' Chef, I know you cannot talk about the issue, but what would be your first non-bug fix patch you would be wanting to put out after it's all over? P.S. Loving the server, and it will most likely be the last EQ server I ever play on, if it ends.
I
Dear,
don't think we can talk about that.
what? You don't think we've talked about that? Well,
I
then
don't think we can talk about that.
I don't think there's anything that's precluding us from talking about it. We just can't. We can't do the update. I mean, everyone. Okay, so the next update that was going to come out was play modes and everything that came along with play modes. And when the time comes that we are allowed to, play modes, because it would be amazing and awesome, and we put so much work into it.
Hell yeah. KCEQ, I know it's been brought up before, but unless you've had to forage in POI for Clockwork Grease, you can't appreciate the amount of time being spent with a 1 minute 40-second cooldown on forage. There is a class-specific hasten forage AA. Can we please, for the love of all that is holy, get that in-game? I am not one to AFK all night with an auto-clicker, but the people controlling the grease market are sus.
Everything about this question.
The grease market.
The grease market.
Why am I not in this market?
Oh, I think you are.
Aporia, we can offline this more, but I have this like brainworm now about adding the forage table to the global loop table of the zone.
I think that's actually brilliant. I genuinely think that's brilliant.
Okay, cool.
To
'Cause I
piggyback
think
on
forage is just kind of a bad mechanic. So
Yeah, well, in general, anything that is yeah. We'll offline that, but yeah, I think you're onto something there.
just like I have to ask, even though you guys might just tell me to go pound sand, like all foraged items.
yeah.
Oh my god, yes, please.
If there's a particular reason why not to do that, you should raise that with us offline, though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'll definitely
He's
do
like,
that.
oh yes, there's this one zone that you can forge these things that actually sell for like 2,000 plat.
Well, no.
no, yeah, there are.
The way you said that makes that super nervous. Makes me super nervous.
So there are epic forages that you can only get through foraging, and there's also a ton of the like exceptionally rare and big old pain in the butt signet of might, signet of the arcane items that are forage only.
Yeah, so if we did that, the way I'd do it is like you could only get the epic ones to drop if you were that class or something.
Do not raise the ire of the Grease cabal.
Jesus. Oh no, the syndicate, the Grease syndicate have come.
God.
Apollionia says, over the last few Q&A, there has been discussions on SK as to the two-hand tank. I always liked the SK stat steel lines, torrent of pain, torrent of hate, etc. What if adding an AA that adds additional procs buffs on those? For instance, torrents of hate line could have an AA that increases skill effectiveness, frenzy, backstab, flying kick, etc. by increase its crit chance and crit damage, etc. Maybe torrent of pain could increase riposte chance. This sounds like a suggestion box thing.
Yeah, that
So-
sounds like a suggestion box thing. But I like where
So
I like where your head's at.
Yeah, definitely suggestion box that. However, two things. Apollonia, love the name. I sometimes roll similar names for some of my alts. Can't wait to do things with SK two-handed tanking. Really excited about being able to do that. Also love where your head's at. Do those suggestions.
I believe that we just confirmed that Keston is the leader of the Grease Coalition, logging his Grease farmer off now before he gets caught. GG. Just, not trying to rat him out or anything, but
always
Keston
causing trouble. I should have known it was I should have known it was Keston all along.
The price of grease would be fine if it wasn't for you pesky kids and that silly Keston.
There we go.
Melvin McTrusty, with the current Gates weapons projections, the only Zeb weapon that will become obsolete, can the staff get a little love to keep its usefulness in line with the other options?
Oh yeah, when the time comes, definitely willing to look at that if we miss the mark.
That
We do not mean
feels
to
like,
be hetat.
That feels like future Kata's problem.
Definitely future Catus problem.
Salrog, speaking of Black Flame Spear, can we get the casted versions of Cure, Disease, Poison, Curse to be uninterruptible along with casting a bit faster, maybe 3 seconds base?
I feel like, are the casted versions of Cure longer than 3 seconds?
Some of them are. It's different based on the class that you play.
They didn't get wrapped up in the heal changes because they aren't heals and so they weren't targeted.
Yeah, we should do that. We should definitely do that.
Do you want them to be uninterruptible like heals also? Because I mean that feels like an oversight.
That's definitely an oversight. I mean, they literally are classified as a heal in the game. So
Sure. Okay. We can someone who's taking notes make that note.
cool.
Observing Oak, I recently made a suggestion with overwhelmingly positive feedback to buff white damage dual wield builds. Do you believe dual wield should be a higher damage output than shield specialist? More risk, more reward.
I genuinely think that we may have overshot the mark on shield specialist, and I'm hesitant to. Yeah.
Well, okay. So, God, there's a couple things here, right? So when we talk white damage dual wield builds, let's be specific with what we're talking about, right? So white damage dual wield, I'm assuming monk War, X.
Rogue.
So those builds right now are still absolutely slapping out damage. This might be, is this a rogue specific thing that we're talking about? I don't know.
I think he's basically talking about anything that isn't a paladin.
Or a warrior.
Honestly,
they both have shield specialists.
Yeah, anything that isn't a paladin or a warrior, or any build that is a paladin or warrior that chooses to use a dual wield instead of a shield. I think that the knight one-handers plus the doubling of the damage, that made a lot of sense when it was like the auto attack damage was basically irrelevant, but now we made auto attack damage relevant, so it's a lot.
But it doesn't outmode. It doesn't outmode the dual wield builds though, right? Like we've got horses.
If they're not proc builds, it does is the problem. Like the white damage from dual wield builds is really low compared to knight one-hander plus shield specialist.
Yeah.
Well, if they're not leveraging warrior and monk, like, okay, so I'll say this just to wrap this up, because I feel like there are multiple layers of this conversation that need to be had, but dual wield should be able to compete with shield specialist if you are looking at doing white damage, which depending on your build, it already can. It just depends on what the build is and what you're going for. So that being said, though, it always messes me up. Elysian Drake. So we've talked about things that can make dual wield more competitive in an apples to apples comparison for specific class combos. And we can definitely look at that. So
just to give you a little bit more context, Aporia, I think a lot of the disparity is coming from so offhand weapons don't get the damage bonus that main hand weapons do. So the combination of very high quality main hand weapons that do approximately twice as much damage as most dual wield pairs, combined with they get a damage bonus combined with shield spec, make shield spec better than dual wield basically always. I think we could look at ambidexterity or sinister strikes, which are currently almost useless, as a method here to bring offhand damage up to par with main hand damage, which would probably go a long way towards evening that playing ground, or that playing field.
Holy cow.
Sure. That was actually incredibly coherent. Yeah, totally open to that. But as a direct follow-up to this, because I feel like sometimes people don't catch the full thing. So at no point in time did I say that all builds are equal or viable in the exact same way. Like each build is meant. Sure. Every time that you make a build, you should have something in mind that you are shooting for, right? And if you pick classes that don't make sense to go together for that intended outcome, then no, it's not going to do that, right? Like I'm not going to put a two-handed class with a dual wield class and then be sad that I'm not getting the bonuses from the two-handed class, right? So
I would like to couch that statement I just made in I genuinely do think shield spec kind of overshot the mark, and I'm not saying we're going to nerf shield spec. I'm just really hesitant to make something that strong for dual wield just because another build has it.
Fair.
It'd be a tough thing to do too if you think about like the way that the difference in the two skills and what triggers like offhand attacks and then double attacks and triple attacks and flurries and things. It would be really easy to overshoot that, like massively overshoot it. So yeah,
it's a very apples and oranges kind of situation.
The damage bonus to offhand weapons though makes a lot of sense. So let's mark that down as something that we're going to revisit.
And because you guys handled that one so well, there's more.
Oh, good.
In previous Q&As, mentioned increasing spell power cap forward thinking of the cap remains 750, won't proc builds get left behind power wise as Gates of Discord and Omens of War scale damage and health significantly?
That sounds like a future kata problem.
Well, okay, so yeah, right, but that's part of the reason that we talked about increasing the cap, right? So the cap will not remain 750 as we go into future expansions. Now, whether or not that's bound to heroic stats or classes or AAs remains to be seen.
Or
I love
buffs
the,
even.
yeah, I love the idea. Well, buffs will be a big one coming Omens, but like I do really love the idea and the concept behind like heroic intelligence and wisdom actually adding to the healing and stuff. Because then all of a sudden you're getting into these situations and circumstances where your gear becomes weighted, right? Like all of a sudden these items that were previously ignored become relevant because you're chasing after something instead, and you're not just able to be like, I have 275 heroic strength and I don't need to focus on anything else. I get everything I need from this. All of a sudden you have to make choices.
Yep.
And there's also something that was mentioned there, right? So proc builds getting more white damage. So like a lot of these proc builds got a huge damage bonus just innately from the heroic strength change that we made. So that's, I mean, you can't discount the fact that you have to swing in order to proc.
Yep. Do you want to avoid this one?
Let's see.
The simple answer is there's architectural reasons why we don't want to do that, like, or why that would be very difficult to do.
Yeah, I just don't want to post that up because of the reference.
Nope. Skip it. That's fine.
Let's see. Yeah, somebody made a comment about how Kata is still very quiet. We've had that one before.
It does not. And that one that you have your mouse over right now is definitely one we want to skip.
This one here? Yeah. Okay. But what about this one? Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No, but
No.
anchovies do.
So I
Absolutely
feel
not.
hold on. I think I'm gonna make draw a comparison here. So for everyone that says pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, okay, if you don't think pineapple belongs on pizza, do you use new models or old models? I have a theory.
I don't like where this is going.
No. This is good. This is psychology. So if you don't think pineapple belongs on pizza, do you use new or old models?
I use new models. And
Yeah,
I
I
despise
knew you did.
pineapple on pizza.
Just like Kata. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. We're coming in hot here. Pineapple on pizza. New model. Yep. Yeah. Well. Oh,
to the person saying that both tomatoes and pineapple belong on pizza because they're both fruit, tomatoes barely belong on pizza.
See, so there's a lot of people that this is tracking. Oh man, I think we unlocked something here.
I am both attacked and offended.
See, so I'm just going to throw it out there. So the people who are saying pineapples on pizza, yes, old models, yes. You know what the type of person you are? You're like me. You like what you like, right? And it doesn't matter. You just like what you like. It doesn't have to be like, oh, well, this is the best because of this, or this is correct because of this. Like, nah, man. We like pineapple on our pizza and we like our models old. And that's okay. High five.
Somebody clip that, please. I'll use that later. All right, Windy White
use new models to appease Cat. He is a benevolent god.
Word on the street is that if you use Pound Tim and new models, that you have additional legendary AUG drops. That's what I heard anyway.
Yeah, I can confirm that too. It happens all the time.
Confirmed. Aporia compromised by Big Pineapple.
Windy Whitewind says, in a past Q&A, you mentioned you wanted to make your own game. What type of game would it be? An MMO?
So, you know, Kat and I have talked about this a number of times, and we have some docs that have come together quite nicely. And I'll say this, Kat, and you feel free to say no, but so first of all, I absolutely want it to be an MMO, and we absolutely want it to be fantasy based, maybe with a pinch of sci-fi, and we have so many ideas and so many things on paper that we've realized in all that we've done here over the last 3 years. It's not a pipe dream, right? Like when we both Kata and I have individually wanted to create our own game, but we've realized over the last 3 years that not only do we have the necessary skill sets to do this, we have found a community of people that are talented and passionate, and that we would love to work with to do something like that. So, you know, yeah, high fives. Time will tell.
I do think that we've learned a lot from THJ so far, and I think applying those lessons, if we do it correctly, is going to create. To answer the underlying question, probably an MMO, but I think it would blur some lines about what people think of as MMOs.
That's cool, though. Those games are being very successful. Like, it's an MMO, an idea, but only on the brim. And the fact that you can play with lots of people, not necessarily all those people simultaneously. We had a really good.
It's kind of what we've created with THJ, you know, like
Yeah.
like on some level. So it makes sense.
One Morning Coffee wants to know, can you add a toggle for /pet swarm hold and G hold? I need 4 hotkeys because no toggle.
Yeah, that's definitely a you question, homie.
Tell them no, that you're just going to delete all pets.
Oh well, since
Wait.
Kata seems to have gone AFK, I'll just go ahead and answer this for him. Yes, we should be able to do that. In fact, make a suggestion and then ping me with it, and I'll make sure that Kata sees it.
Kalisura says, when playing my self-inflicted solo self-found character, I noticed that there's a lot of drops in game, like in Plane of Hate, for example, already that are used for some classes 1.5 and 2.0 epics. Are those drops intended or scheduled to be used for other non-epic quests, upcoming things, or are we just to stockpile these for release for future epic quests? It's a good question, actually.
So first of all, self-inflicted is the best way to describe any additional play mode. Self-inflicted SSF character. I love that. No, so those drops, had I known about them, probably would have been removed to begin with. But as we get closer to being able to use those and people wanting them, there's just no real reason to remove them right now. They also don't affect, the balance or gameplay a whole lot when you're doing an SSF character. So for right now, I would say delete or stockpile. But if you're getting them right now, they can't be that hard to get. So probably delete.
Speaking of SSF, have you heard of Variety Void's new SSF game mode?
Yeah. It's actually pretty fantastic.
Oh, do tell.
It's called solo self-funded. It's actually the newest, funnest thing to do. It's exactly like you would imagine. It's fantastic. Yeah.
That's amazing.
You just bankroll a character at level 1 so they have like 15,000 hit points at level 1.
Oh, literally, that's what it was. Like I
Yeah.
have like the Zeb weapon, the prismatic scale. I got everything.
That's hilarious. I've done one where I could only dumpster dive, and that was fantastic. Honestly, there's so many self-imposed rule sets that are so much fun. I've been having an absolute blast. Um, you guys are wild.
Can I reference Ion's video? Wait.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Aporia, there's definitely a video. It's actually in Variety Void for all you guys that are out there. I believe you posted it in your Discord. Is that accurate?
Yep, it is.
Yeah. So go over to Variety Void's Discord. Okay. There's a video in there that you should all watch. It's freaking hilarious. Let's just say he's standing there in probably the most expensive set of armor I've ever seen in my life. Well done.
Yeah. Ion made fun of me for spending over $600 on Teak launch.
That's I cannot comment.
Degenerate, I know.
King.
Cannot comment. Please get the next question up.
Yes, if all builds are viable, how would Zerk Monk Rogue build be viable as it would be dual wield build with no sustain? I actually know the answer to this.
So first of all, that's the comment that made me talk about viability and player choice. But go ahead.
Oh,
your thing.
So I played a warrior berserker rogue because Monk has feign death and mend built into it. So technically Monk OP and should probably not be a part of that particular combination. But when you use warrior, rogue, and Zerker together and you have no feign death and you have no healing AAs and you have no spell damage AAs and you literally have 13 archetypes and none of them have anything to do with healing yourself, you find alternative methods and it works. It works. If I grind out another like 400 AA on that class combination, I will be able to get into Planes of Power. You can do it. I did it entirely solo self-found. It's doable. It works. You just there are items you have to get. What's that?
Are you a bean weaver?
Oh no, not a bean weaver. No. I have entire backpacks full of blade stoppers. I did the warrior epic specifically so that I can click the warrior epic. I have I switched to like Jalen's katanas during like Rage of Ralazek, and yes, they only heal me for 90 damage per proc, but by God,
yes,
we make it work.
That's incredible.
You can't spam the heal Velius BP because it takes too long to cast, and the amount because you have no healing bonus, casting a heal actually nets you less health because you're not swinging, you're not doing damage, so you actually lose. Like you die. It's terrible. That character is actually his character. The character's name is Mayonnaise, and it was because somebody came into my stream and was like, the guy. I don't mind calling him out either. The guy's name was NJ Squints, and he came into my stream and he was like, I bet you all characters can't go through this. I bet you it's not even viable. You can't do this. I bet you can't get to Lucklin. And I did. The hardest thing to kill was Dozakar. That fight was a bastard, but we did it. We made it happen. We got it done.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Why heal when everything die?
Exactly. Exactly. A 3-minute ad will begin in 1 minute. So if we want to, I don't know, talk about.
Oh, do the bards get pets one? That's quick.
Do this one. The Hurricane says, will bards get pets? Literally every band has backstage betties, etc. They usually possess berserker abilities.
So bards can charm. Bards can charm. And honestly, they should probably be able to charm better.
Hell yeah. Confirmed. 15 slot pet bags for bards.
20.
We should give.
We should. If it does suck, we should make it not suck. Honestly,
We should,
like that's one aspect of bards I've never looked at. Oh,
Ads.
and we're on
Warriors.
ads.
We should give like warriors like a 20 slot pet bag.
Oh, I
And a
agree.
doppel that, yeah, give him the doppel that it's affected by. That'd be fantastic.
No.
No,
No
like,
doppel. Just can we do that? Like a 30 slot pet bag. I have a plan.
Does it work on dragon tooth pets?
No. Shh.
Just
No, it would only work on warrior pets.
Excellent.
Damn it.
No. This is good. I'll take it.
just can't sing other offensive songs while charming. That we should make that not a thing.
Hey, everybody, when this bag comes out, want to buy all your puppet strings, please.
Hey, there you go.
That would still be an enchanter pet.
It's a necro spell.
Oh well, whatever. It wouldn't be a warrior pet.
Oh well, whatever. But really though, someone make a suggestion about the bard charm. That's something that I haven't. We've been talking about little things that are flavorful for bards. That's should be a relatively easy one, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Bards need an AA like the Piccolo from WoW. You remember the Piccolo? Whenever you click it, everyone around you dances. It was the best item in the game. Every single one of my characters used to have it. You could force people into animations.
So I remember the train. I remember getting ejected from a raid because I literally wouldn't stop. I just
toot toot chugga 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 toot toot. Yes.
Yep. So that was you.
Yes, I am
At
Garma.
some point that literally became WoW rating for me because you'd have to wait for all these other people who messed up what they were supposed to do. So you and the people who know what you're doing are off in the corner clicking your 5 billion clickies.
Those were
have
important.
A spotlight with a rainbow and things flying around me, making everyone dance.
Hell yeah. Those are good times. The clicky online that makes his own rain was interesting. Well, there's a spell in the game that does that, you know. What is it called? Like something of Karana? Void, I feel like you should know this.
Is it dispatch? I don't know. It's something of Karana.
Yeah, there's a spell in the game that literally makes it rain or stop raining.
I used to remember the name. I do not anymore. I'm sorry.
Boo. All
I
right.
failed as a druid.
No more ads, so we can continue talking about how sexy bards are and how awesome they're going to get.
Bard buff confirmed? Question mark.
I actually don't hate the idea of bard charm having like permanent rules the same way beneficial bard songs do.
Yeah, no, my head's kind of there with you.
Whoa.
Permanent pulsing, you know what I mean? So it can resist on a pulse. It can, if you unmem it, it stops working, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but having it pulse automatically, yeah. Just take a spell slot to kind of keep it up, but it would have to do the checks. That makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, can I know this is probably not the appropriate moment for this question, but I have to know now. Is that like a doable thing where you, because it would, the spell triggers on what you have targeted, right? I'm just curious from a programming.
There's nothing technically undoable. So during initial prototyping, I actually had detrimental songs work the same way as beneficial songs do now, where they just automatically pulse. The problem really came in with AoEs. because those would become recursive and it would get out of hand really, really fast and crash the zone. But and so we felt that the better way to slice that was detrimental and beneficial rather than like AoEs and not AoEs.
That's cool. I like that. Boys and girls, I'm going to give you like 2 seconds to get any last second questions in, and then I'm going to hit the stop button. So you have until they finish this question. Protocol 000 says, while playing the abomination that is War Monk Rogue, I quickly realized that while being a buzzsaw, they have no oh wait, no, that's the one did I not delete that question? What the hell? As new expansion packs. Well, go ahead.
I think it was a different question, just very similar in theme.
The same exact combo. Oh no, it was. You're right, because the other one was Berserker Monk. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was literally the same thing. Good Kitty says, as new expansion packs get released, could we get a small innate bonus in previous expansion packs for a higher small chance of legendary loot drops or even extra piece of loot drops? Ooh, I want to answer that question.
Well, I'm interested to hear what you have to say about it, but go.
So I used to press, and they can confirm on this one, I used to press both Kata and Aporia really hard about can we possibly like get it so as expansion packs come out, like do we remove the progression requirement on previous expansion packs? And I was really hellbent on this too. Like in my head, it did not make sense because it was essentially detaching the player base, like the high-end player base in my head, mind you, like detaching the end game player base from the new player base, in the fact that the new player base had to achieve all these hurdles and all these things to get up to where the end game player base was. And I can tell you, as I've played on the server more and as I've gotten to know like their goals and their insights and like where they really plan for things to go and how they intend for this server not to be a today thing and burn out or a next month thing and burn out, I've really come around to the other side of no way. It's actually really freaking awesome the way they have it, because every single player, and I can't tell you how many times I get this on my like comments on my videos or people messaging me, every single player coming through and like starting from square one, as opposed to like starting, 3 expansions up or something like that. Like it creates an experience. It tells a story. It's a journey. It's a freaking journey, and it's awesome. And people tell me about these journeys and how awesome it is and how great it is and how much fun they had pushing through all these things. And, oh man, I had to do this one thing in order to beat Nagy or this other thing. And they wouldn't even experience that otherwise because they would just over level it and then go back and kill it. And then it would be like, whatever. Right. So I don't know.
Look at you.
For me personally, I think that that's awesome. Like, I think it should stay the way it is.
I literally don't need to respond to that. Someone did post something in chat, and I know they were just joking, but for our purposes, Star Darien, no, SSF hardcore launch. That's not a thing that we can do, and we're not even going to joke about that. We've been told we cannot, and so we will not. And that's just, it's what it is.
Boop. Let's see here. Turtle Dragoon. Sorry I'm late, gents. I just wanted to say hi and say, what is the best candy in the world? Hands down. No if, ands, or buts. And he spelled butts correctly.
It depends on the mood that I'm in. I have lots of favorite candies, so there can't be just one. Although most recently, TikTok got me hooked on that Amish licorice, like watermelon and blue raspberry.
You tried it?
So good.
The blue raspberry.
So good. Oh, HD Dean. I will give that to you, sir. There's not been a single point in time where someone has offered me a cow tail and I've said no. They're delicious.
My question is like, what's a blue raspberry? Like, I
Why are
understand the
you like
flavor.
this?
I understand that there's a flavor called blue raspberry. I'm just asking, what is a blue raspberry? Have you ever seen a blue raspberry? I have never
Why
seen
are
a blue
you
raspberry.
like this?
I've seen a picture of a blue raspberry.
Oh no. So that was a waffle, not a raspberry. Moving
Yeah,
on.
I was waiting for that. Yes. All right.
Whoa.
All right. Onus Life says, not a question, but a thanks. I have an overpowered MSI gamer laptop. I turned it into a pseudo desktop with dual monitors for this game because this server and game is the only game I play. When this is all done, so am I with gaming. Thank you guys. Best game ever.
Oh, man, I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate that, and what THJ means to everyone has just really steeled our resolve in what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it. And so, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the journey. Love you.
Zanarnar says, can druids plus necros or SKs make it rain blood? I now must have this.
I have a very easy answer to this question. Nar.
Whoa.
Nar.
Hey, wait. When did Reyna get in here?
Kind of made a joke.
Love you, Reyna. Shots fired. Tax Gaming says, is there anything that can be done to increase aggro control? Playing with people and trying to control aggro can be very tough.
So I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's literally an AA. Silent casting?
We should bring back the other one now that we have the alt toggle functionality.
So yes, but to get that out there, so tax, there's an AA called silent casting. You want your tank to have it off and everyone else to have it on, and you should be able to control aggro.
It's interesting that a lot of people are talking about challenge, taunt, bellow, etc. all suck too. I actually don't have any trouble controlling aggro. Neither
do I.
I don't. That's just my experience. It's not necessarily like the rule or how it is for everybody, but I would actually be really curious to see that. That's on my warrior necro shaman too. So
Coffee, I'm pretty sure. Well, I got to look back at it now. I don't remember. So at one point, it was affecting everything, not just spells.
I think we might have permutated that particular problem a little bit too much. Let's open a dev-esque on it so we can just revisit the whole problem.
Okay, that's fair. Van Wilder dev-esque for threat and silent casting.
Yeah. Cap and Cube. We did 6-man sleeper today, and we did 6-man Saru today, and I held aggro against all 6 or all other 5 players. And there were like pet builds and other things in there. We did it for fun, but we also did it for science. Kata, I love you. Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
6-man Saru was hitting me for 64 and 100 and 104.
That's okay. You know what, Kata? That's actually something that we've had bugs with for a while that now would be a great time to look at. And we needed to do it. We needed to do it forward thinking anyways. So.
Okay, let's offline that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
The other thing I'd just like to point out from that was, so we killed it because we were trying to see if the loot bonuses and stuff were actually like what it was working for versus what it wasn't working for. And what we found is when we killed Sleeper with 6 people, we got 7 Sleeper runes. And then when we killed when we killed Saru with 6 people, we actually got 6 runes, which kind of felt a little weird because it and I don't know what the answer is, because I don't think giving 12 runes for doing Sleeper is probably the right answer. Maybe like additional rarity chance because they were all enchanted. But one of the things that we ran into is like basically it just meant that doing Saru as a 6-man group was worse, like all around, than just doing it on a solo character. We did 4 of 4 Saru as well, but that was just something. Mihis was involved too. So if you want to hit him up on like the details and stuff, we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, for sure. We've had lots of.
We'll offline that whole system is kind of bubblegum and baling twine, so it needs a revisit.
The graphics for them are runes, okay, Glarnock? They're runes. Kelfka78 says, is there any plans in the future to turn on active leadership AAs for grouping?
As far as I know, they should work, but I've never paid any attention to them because this was not really, like, grouping was kind of a thing that emerged rather than a thing that was intended.
I thought you ended up using parts of the leadership UI for something else too, if I recall correctly.
So I wanted to hijack the leadership UI to control to let you assign XP to power source, but never actually did that.
Ah, okay.
And now we have better ways, so I wouldn't have to hijack it anyway.
I think when we fix scaling, including loot, that would be a great opportunity to look at leadership AAs.
Sure.
Apollonia says, thoughts on adding functionality to the patcher that allows for custom keybinds between characters. Already have a suggestion out there.
You know what we could do? I'd have to look into it a little bit, but we might be able to do a thing where you can set a character to be like your template character, where all new characters get its keybinds and settings and everything.
Ooh,
that would be pretty cool.
I like that a lot.
I think that it's a little bit more complicated than we might like, but I think we can do that.
Gamera, what is your favorite class to play in D&D? Not EQ related, just curious.
I like Eldritch Knights, especially with the latest revisions that make War Magic not completely useless.
Mm-hmm. Aporia?
So I'll be honest with you. Whenever I play D&D, I usually ask like what rule set they're playing, and then I Google what's most OP, and then I pretend like I don't know what I'm doing and just be as OP as possible. I'm that person, and I'm sorry. I don't play off. I don't play often enough.
Just,
so like
ignore that clip, okay? Just ignore that. That's fine. Everything's good.
Okay, and I'll say this though. So I don't play D&D a whole lot. So my friends and cousins, we do Stars Without Number, which that gets wild and crazy. But that's right. War Pal Monk confirmed.
Void, do you play D&D at all? Or you?
I've literally played like 3 times in my life, so unfortunately, I don't have a favorite. I'm sorry.
What the hell?
That's okay,
I know, dude.
Right.
My friends just aren't imaginative enough for D&D, so I'll just play EverQuest instead.
That's awesome.
Silver Dragonborn Paladin. Love it. Good times. That's what I play almost every
well,
time.
friends, that's the last question. Y'all went hard tonight. That was great. Loved all the questions. Gonna take a minute to just breathe here. Thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Like we had in the last 4 weeks, like things have gone from feeling ultra heavy to tense to some anxiety to, you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. And that's where we're keeping our heads right now. Thanks for being here with us. One way or the other, right? Like this time that we've all spent together, the journeys that we've been on, the memories that we've made, like the people that have come together here, like the people have come together here, like period. Like with or without the hero's journey, like whatever the next journey is, if it's not this, there will be good people to have that journey with, and I am incredibly grateful for that. So just, enjoy the time, be here with us, hug on each other, and we'll keep you updated as much as we can.
Hell yeah. We really appreciate you guys making the time. I think that I speak for most of the community when I say we know that you guys are dealing with a lot right now, and it's really hard for you guys to talk about some of the stuff that's going on. But we do really appreciate you guys taking the time to be forward facing and talking with the community and spending time with the community and joking and laughing and letting us share a good time with you guys, because I think it's really vital and important that you guys be given time to laugh and maybe forget about some of the woes and other nonsensical stuff that's going on, and spending time with us all. It's great, and genuinely really appreciate it, both you Aporia and you Kata. Genuinely really appreciate it.
Hugs, man. Hugs. I am off to get some good sleep. And one way or the other, we're just gonna keep doing this, right? Gonna keep doing this. Maybe next week, if we don't do a Q&A, we do some play sessions. Maybe we do a thing, or maybe we do more Q&A. I don't know. But have fun. I think someone still wanted to do some type of giveaway.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
gonna bounce before that happens. So have a great night, y'all. And we'll talk next week.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Hell yeah. Well.